question is to the Minister for Environment or the Deputy Premier. Can the Minister update the community of Gladstone and the Gladstone Community Development Association the progress of the works that have been undertaken since late 2022 at the Gladstone Gaol to enable this facility to be open to the public? And with your leave, sir, and that of the House, I'll explain further.
Leave is sought. Is leave granted?
This facility has been non-accessible to the general public for many years. It's a great tourism opportunity. However, priority works that were advised to myself back in May 2023 that negotiations were being finalised with a contract to ensure further priority works to commence in early 2022-24 budgets and to be completed as soon as possible. However, currently at the moment the site is still closed to the general public.
Mr Speaker, and I am very pleased to speak about the Gladstone Gaol. I know there was an open day, I think in March, so almost 3 months ago, with some 1,500 people attending, including the Honourable Member, and what a terrific day that was. I myself went there a couple of years ago and had a tour with the people who had been the caretakers and were sort of on their way out, who were mediums. And so it was quite an interesting experience because at times the two women showing us around were talking to people who I could not see, which is a very interesting experience, and no doubt when the tours were officially occurring would have added a degree of interest for many people. The Gladstone Gaol, just to bring, the Honourable Member will be well aware, but to bring the Chamber up to date, was I think the completion of the building was something like 1881. And it functioned as a jail for both men and women and was regarded as a fairly light touch jail, not very heavy sentences, but closed as a jail in 1939, turned into an internment camp for a little while, then into military storage, military barracks, and then thinking about 1952 became a jail again, where it was used in a much, I think, tougher way with male-only prisoners, and was a pretty harsh existence. And then closed, of course, altogether, I think in the early 90s or even earlier. The jail itself is, of course, a heritage place, but has had a lot of fallen into a state of disrepair in parts, and I saw that when I went on the tour. And the member, although very politely, expresses rightly a degree of frustration that since 22 it's been closed, in part in order to do the repairs, and they are still in progress. I understand they are almost complete, but substantially they are. Just some small amounts still to be done, and there's been a bit of a delay, partly around availability of contractors, but that is almost done. But the other reason it closed, of course, is trying to make a business proposition out of the jail. The fact that 1,500 people showed up to the open day indicates a degree of interest and enthusiasm even for the jail, but we do need to have someone come in and operate it. The department is working right now on an expression of interest process, and I must say I share a little bit of the perhaps frustration that is expressed by the member that really this should be going out to see what kind of operators are available. So I will take this question as a mark that we need to really accelerate that process, get an expression of interest out, and really find out whether there are some operators who would be prepared to come in and run it and what it would take for that to work. I think we all would like to see this jail be a successful tourism destination. Certainly the local community would, but actually it's one of those little hidden assets in South Australia that I think would really benefit from being available for people to come in and have a look. So I'll commit to escalating, getting that out very soon. The other element, of course, is there's a community garden, and I believe there's some final steps being undertaken right now to make sure that that's appropriately licensed and able to be used freely by the community. So again, I'll take this as a mark that I really need to make sure that the department's paying attention. It's an excellent department, just a lot going on, but let's make sure that that becomes more of a priority. So thank you.
The member